So a week ago, as of recording this video, a man was murdered trying to prevent these teenagers from robbing a local vendor. And I'm just going to use allegedly because legality and all that. And the alleged perpetrators, not even a day later, was granted bail. And I just think that it's a complete bastardization of our justice system. To be honest with you, I don't think that we're taken seriously by our justice system. The fact that you can allow teenagers to run wild in our streets, right? I feel like lately, since 2022, that's when I started noticing that a bunch of teenagers and young youth, there's been a rise in youth crimes. And I just think that nothing is getting done about it. And to be honest, I don't think our justice system or our government gives a fuck. A few years back, we had a machete attack in Braybrook where kids are walking around with machetes and they're stabbing each other. And I'm just like, this is fucking wild. And then now, with the murder of this gentleman, and this gentleman isn't just any gentleman. If you grew up in the western suburbs of Melbourne, I'm talking St. Albans, Sunshine, hell, even Footscray, you have visited this store, whether it was against your will because your parents decided to take you or not, but this man have served us. And the fact that a hardworking Vietnamese man in our community was killed by a bunch of teenagers, alleged teenagers, is a slap in the face because these teenagers have been granted bail. And I think it's just absolute bullshit. And the thing is, what are the parents doing? And here, this is what I saw the other day, which really mind-boggled me, right? It's from the boy's mother that was allegedly involved in said manslaughter, as they say. But if I had any other way, it's a 4-on-1 assault, right? If it's a 4-on-1 assault, what are you trying to do here? And these teenagers thought it would just be a great idea to do a 4-on-1 assault on a 60-year-old man, right? You don't think that a 4-on-1 beatdown wouldn't cause a 60-year-old man to be fatally injured? You dumb fucks. And here's the thing from the Daily Mail Australia, that the 12-year-old boy's mother broke down in tears as she pleaded for him to be granted bail on Sunday, citing concerns about his mental health and physical safety. And I just come to think, did he not think about the physical safety of the old man he was beating up? Huh? You little shit. And it just comes down to, how is this happening? When I was a kid growing up in the western suburbs, crime was everywhere. But I've always kept away from it because my parents or my family has always told me to stay away from said trouble, right? Because they were regularly in my life. And if you as a parent is that much of a failure to not be a parent and decide to let TikTok or the iPad raising your kids, I think you failed as a parent, because we ended up with one of the most beloved member in our community being killed because you're too much of a failure of a parent. I'm not saying don't blame the kids, right? Because these kids need to be held accountable. And the fact that the justice system has decided to grant them bail is just a slap in the face to every single person that lives in Sunshine, because you just said that, yeah, it's no problem. We can be lenient about murder. And the fact that we hear these stories over and over and over, and the fact that this is literally happening in my backyard, I just don't understand. Right now, as of recording this video, there is a rally held outside of Sunshine Library, and these people are demanding justice. Because the moment the justice system decided to grant these kids bail, you're just saying that there's no problem. It's just a slap to the wrist. I think, in my opinion, murder should be prosecuted. And if you do an adult crime, you need to do adult time. The thing these kids don't realize is that from their action, they've ripped a loved one away from their family, right? Imagine that day. Imagine not being able to see your grandfather again, right? He left that morning and didn't come back. Like, let that sit in, right? And these kids are walking the streets, not giving a fuck because they decided to tear a family member away from their family. It's fucked, you know? It really, really... It's a hard one because I'm a family man, and the fact that his wife, his kids would never see him again, it's a hard one because these kids, they don't care. They don't care. And it's just the fact that they're able to get away with it, right? Not really think about what they've done because they don't know what they've done because their parents are too much of a fucking coward or too not involved in their life that they're able to do this. Right? And fuck, man. Like, right now, I'm fucking pissed about this. Look, I'm going to be putting a link for a petition to hold these kids accountable. We need justice, and clearly there has been an injustice this past week. And if you're so inclined, please sign the petition for strict justice for Mr. Van Viet Trung, because this is fucked. And I just wanted to just put my 2 cents in it. Yeah, so right now there is a rally going on, and we just need justice because murderers need to be prosecuted, and for violent crimes, there has to be no leniency. Anyways, I guess I'm going to go back to playing some Persona content, I guess, because this is something I didn't really want to make, right? But I'm going to make it just so that I can put it out there. You go online, you see all these people protesting for things that isn't happening in their country or in our country, right? I see it all the time in Melbourne. We're always protesting about things that are happening outside the country. And when things are actually happening in our country, I feel like we don't take it seriously. I don't think we get the word out there. So I'm here to bring the word out there, right? This is not a political thing. I know there's so many people with political agendas trying to use this to push their political campaign, but this is not any of that. I just want to see justice, and I just want to see that Mr. Van Viet Trung can get the closure. I just want his family to get the closure they deserve, and I want to see these kids be punished. Anyways, that's all I got for today. I guess I don't know how to how to say this off because, yeah. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video.